Vamos a verlo.
So I
Me
definitely
quedo
think in
callado.
past life was Viking somewhere, but now Wolfie's trying to be a Viking here and push right on over into the 1x1. Gonna opt against it and instead
Ojo.
just raid and pillage that Elim away. Crinkle going down there as we now hit top 30. So top 30 storm circle 6. So incredibly tense zone and less than a minute till it comes to a close.
La gente con bolón, eso está claro.
Wolfie's right here as 2 more go down and we get closer to the first placement threshold.
Si queréis ver la muerte, está arriba a la izquierda, ¿vale? La persona.
Potentially as a mobility weapon here. Wolfie's sitting on honestly a pretty solid kit. We've seen the flint knocks, one of the most used, versatile weapons in Fortnite right now. I don't think there's been anything that's come close to it, to be quite honest with you. It serves so many purposes. It's said before, I mean, on the cast, to make sure that people understand it really is. It's a very important loadout piece. Players know that they can be playing inside boxes versus others that potentially have to fall down from above, especially if they don't have
Materiales no tiene muchos,
stop them. They have 2 builds and catch themselves on the low ground before they hit the bottom and take all that fall damage. Applying pressure from underneath right now. Wolfie's trying to drop in his opponent. Quick replace the floor. Wolfie's looks like it was be over there to the top.
Ahí está Mongrel.
Rotating the top right of your screen for just a moment. 2 more players need to go down before we hit the threshold. I'm thinking at some point we're going to see a rift to go here.
La victoria son de puntos, top 7, 2 y 5.
Just like that, on the rotation, does not realize Wolfie's is hiding inside the box.
Bueno, lo podéis ver vosotros, ¿eh?
And pops.
Yep, and make sure he's on the backside of the circle, scouts everyone else. They're not letting anybody else on a free run.
La quiero un punto, ¿vale?
Just gonna pop his parachute and hang out because it's 26, boom, 25. So everyone getting the 3 points there. And now let's take a look.
Ahí está toda la gente
on the low ground. Has already double
amontonada, tío.
Stompy as well now on board with Mitchell here as he gets
Material a Mongrel.
That is monstrous. Did
Estaba
get the 3 points for the top 25, but not going to get any more. Mixing Stompy on the low ground. Nuji's Kaizen is about to go down as all of a sudden, and now we're into the top 15. That was Mongrel.
Mata lleva 6 bajas.
Goes down as well.
Vale.
So nice little spree from Wolfies all of a sudden. Up to 6 elims. You see Markaz also still in the lobby as we get closer to the top 10. Wolfies continuing to take shots here, but not finding anything right now. Player next to him does own that wall, so just going to go 1 over.
Wolfie is an excellent example of timing the shot, timing the push. Doesn't have to move out too far ahead of the circle if he doesn't want to. You do get a little bit of that leeway. You have a chance to look back exactly what he's doing now and look for chances to take shots at players that are still on the move. Some shots from up above, that combat shotgun range. Very effective, basically the perfect range to scope in, ADS, take those shots, see if you can get full damage on it. Shots from above, third party opportunity, and the fish down below is going to pick it up, and he does indeed, up to 41. 3 players left. Wolfie's at 41.7 eliminations, a big game already. Launchpad's going to kind of be useless. A jump
Vaya escopetazo la ha metido, tú.
Wolfie picks up another Elim. Looking at 8 right now, and he's in a 1v1 all the way up top. The player dropping in, spoiler.
Quedan 3 y uno está muerto. Ha muerto. Quedan meses este que tiene toda altura y el mall sí es.
One thing to note though, spoiler, has the high ground, also has 5 bandages and the campfire. If it goes to a full close, which has 45 seconds, he will have the advantage. But I don't think we're going to get there. Wolfies goes up with the flint knock. You can see that in the bottom right-hand corner. Gets the first shot. Now has the shield advantage, but loses the HP advantage as Spoiler puts himself back on the low ground. Spoiler in the top right. Wolfies in your bottom right. You can see the action on the wide. Here's that slight elevation change. It's going to force Spoiler out. He goes out in the open. Wolfie 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Spoiler running out of builds, and Wolfie with the high ground retake from that flint knock. He throws the tomato and the L damage.
Y al final ha ganado con 9 kills.
Both players run out of materials in the last second, basically forced an engagement. The height advantage, I think,
La otra partida, como que eran 41 personas.
Such a versatile weapon. Well played there.
I feel like we've seen so much more flintlock this week in particular. I don't know if it's because of the slight adjustment to the shotgun drop rates compared to the last solo week, but players are opting and carrying it a lot later and using it not only as the mobility component, which we've seen a lot of, but a lot more aggressively. Like people pushing into boxes with flintlocks. We saw that last Victory Royale with it, and really enjoyed seeing the different types of utility. I know you were saying how it's probably one of the most versatile weapons. I'd argue probably second only to the heavy sniper in terms of that, just because the heavy sniper literally does everything at all points in times. But I mean, just with how good these guys are with the flint, like I can pick up a heavy sniper and get a couple of
Can I
bullets,
put
like,
it in
that's fine.
how
Most
long?
players can because it's 150 to body. But these guys make the flint knock look just so good.
I feel like the heavy sniper is the #1 weapon for assisting other weapons and getting eliminations. Rock into a heavy snipe, even a double heavy sniper pushing in, take a wall, push in and shotgun. The flintlock has the movement mechanic on top of it, but it can't, like I said, it can't do things the heavy sniper can do. You can't remove a wall with it on the spot. You can't chain it into other weapons. The flintlock, though, is you catch yourself with it. Both weapons, though, are crazy.
1A, 1B. Exactly. But yeah, I definitely do agree with you. The heavy sniper enabling others and giving people
tiene bidón, tiene bidón, tiene bidón.
Awareness. Just love to see it.
Disables unstoppable.
Pero no la ha podido coger, que es muy malo.
But needs to circle back and try and get that chug and pop it like now if he wants the HP to get off of that.
50 and 83, not too bad. Will still go down to a heavy snipe to the body. Got to look out for that. Looking for the quick angle change here. He might rotate out into the storm if he can flip this. If needed, player still sitting right through that corner. He's checking through the brick, holding the edit on his own ramp. Closes the outside out, decides to rotate down underneath. Take the chance here to just box up a little bit, opting not to push that player. You can't really tell how much HP and shield they potentially have, so if he does go out there, he doesn't see what we see. Only 100, maybe 99 HP. Gross in there, but Airwatch will probably, I mean, the player of this caliber could easily push in. And
¿Veis lo que nos acaban de meter?
There's a pickup. Up to 3 now, 32 points, and a ton of builds.
Yeah, and he got the shadow bomb for it, which for this longer rotation is going to be huge.
Just the one.
Yes, the one. Just the one, and it's going to pop it early. Also notice you can see that storm surge threshold on the right side. So what storm surge is, once you get into these later circles for circles 6 and 7, if there's more than 30 people left in the lobby, if you have been the passive player, storm surge will begin to punish you. You will start taking 10 damage every second as it comes out through. Once those strikes come on down, and now it turns off since we're below the 30 player threshold. So now just all about the Elans and the rotation, since we're not even at the placement threshold yet.
So I'll point out quick too, as you said, for passive players, Airwalk's definitely an example of not a passive player. He was 500, a little over 500 damage above the threshold, which is insane. It's shots like that, 80 to the back of a fish on rotation, that kept him safe from Storm Surge. Crusher goes down, Airwalk picks up his 4th elimination. One more Elan, we get into placement points here. The top 25, gonna pick up 3 there. Get the top 15, that's 5, top 5, that's 7, and that Victory Royale is 10. Reminding everybody, if you're just jumping into the stream, if you haven't heard what the format is like, always gonna kind of refresh that in your memory. All the way up on high ground, looked like that might have been Skype. Not sure if dropped in, I'm not seeing him. I believe that was him all the way up there. Number of players are 25, heading into the 8th circle soon, as advised. 1 elimination, 35 points. No movement here. Bailey just late game. That's not going to pay off right now. That is going to pay off. Carrera goes down. Another one. The follow through finds Ghost on the move. Looking for the 3rd. The triple gets it. Exon down. 4 eliminations now for advised. Playing absolutely incredibly. The heads up right now.
Oh, baby, a triple. Well done right there. And that was Skype up on the high ground. You saw him now just drop back down with a number of players going up, getting closer to that 2nd placement threshold. Skype picks up Yahtzee. Mick the Beast also in this lobby. Another player who we've seen constantly in the top 5, desperately trying to get a solo spot. Because again, this is the last week. Casrola does get ticked over by that storm change. Again, 60 seconds if you damage someone. Random siphon coming through, and we're into the top 15 now with Airwatch on the mid-target and looking for more targets.
Imagine a situation you get a tag on someone and 50 seconds later they get eliminated by the storm. You get that siphon at just the right moment. It can be so clutch. The timing can be so important on that. 11 players left, 10 now as Sky goes down to the feed. Swaggy picks one off. 6 eliminations for Airwalks. push through this wall, find a player on the rotation from behind, back-to-back shots, takeoffs, gets eliminated. Arax picks up another one.
He's doing so well at finding people on the edge of the storm, getting next to him, and then just dipping out for a second. But the one thing you notice, he never dips out into the storm for longer than enough to take more than one tick. It does take a second to go through, and Majestic actually just picked up a triple of his own because of those storm changes. One player he Elin, two got ticked over from the storm. That should be the player potentially up on the high ground, but now we have our top 5 Airwalks, 2 builds left, is running with that.
Se lo puedo construir dos paredes,
all the way up on the high ground. Majestic was on the low ground with Mid the Beast. Airwalks on the bottom right hand.
Oh, Dios, ha muerto, bro.
Zedek drops down in the shadow form. He's not jumping around, so the player doesn't know where he is. 80 to the body. Can he find it? Pushes through with the combat. Says, I don't need a pickaxe. I'll just take your wall anyway. Brilliantly done there, but now, can he win the 1v1 from the low ground? Player is one box directly above him. He hears it. You see the fake ramps out. He goes up, headed off the side, takes the high ground, shots out on top.
Ojo! Vaya liada la he hecho tú.
Literally waiting till the last second. The fake out on the ramp with just, he had one build left the last second. So he was literally the most, almost the most efficient he could possibly be with all the materials that he had left. Opts to move up a different ramp, throws the opponent off, drop in from above. Excellent high ground take, excellent push with the combat shotgun, and the victory royale. You love to see it.
Well done there from Zadek now. See Marcotte and Fool right on the edge of the zone. An intense little 1v1 right now. Trap does go down defensively. Fool saying, I'm having absolutely none of that. You can see he wants to try and get the materials that are there. Trap does get broken on the other side by Marcotte. And now you get a nice little box fight. So this is one of the things, if you want to learn how to get good at competitive Fortnite, learn to fight from a box. Close the whistle, said it's time to go.
Just signal the push. Honestly, that's very funny. Push in there. Fool gets 2 taps there. The shotgun follows through a 92 crit. Gets in the elimination, double back, pick up the rest of that wood, and he can top off with. Shots coming in from the side. He's going to have to wall himself off, double air, and ops instead of popping minis to shadow bomb, just because I think the fear of positioning there and exposure. Maybe adding a little too much attention. Did take one more tap on the move. Gonna have a chance to heal up. Meanwhile, the top of this hill, thick with players, where they stacked up trying to make rotation here. 41. Well, actually, they're from the stream. Trick Pog taking forward.
Crew also in the match for second. Last time we saw him there, we got a number of dual qualifiers over on the side there. Players looking to get their solo spot. You see Kuma using the stink to try and force the player forward, and then editing out. Boom, there goes the second one, knowing they can't stack volume and Quadra. That one smells. Go get yourself a gas mask. Try and queue back up.
We're sitting on 3. Elan's now holding the edit. Trying to peek on through. Deciding to apply a little more pressure.
Mata a otros con las fétidas.
Very lethal, especially at this point in the game. You have to realize these players understand if there's people that were caught rotating, got tagged up significantly, and didn't have the ability to heal, as will be the case quite often in games like this, where you have so many people in such a tight space. There's a good chance that the people that are boxed up in front of you are potentially missing HP. Maybe some fall damage, maybe they got hit by multiple people on rotation. They could have been, I mean, we even saw a Shadow Bomb player get shot just moments before that, and we're about 50 HP. That is a good opportunity to just chuck a stink in there, maybe do an HP check, see if they're low, and in this case it pays off. 2 eliminations, basically no weapon. And as you said before, we're looking to get the player count down to 30 before that storm surge goes away. We're sitting at 38 above for Dave, 32 players left, so 2 more need to go down.
Oop, boxes the baller in. The baller is going to just boost right on out. Says, I want nothing to do with that. As you can see on the side, Dave getting another tag there. You see that threshold number also going up. Needs to be conscious. He left that edit open, but the player, because his back is to the storm, isn't going to have time to take shots towards him. So well played from Dave. Other player pushes it, and Tripper from Singularity kind of caught a little bit there. Seems like he was going for an aggro play.
I think potentially he expected Dave to not look back, because the catch, good grab there. I feel like was thinking, okay, Dave's not looking at me, I'm just going to step out, I have the angle, I'm going to take the shots from this side, and ended up kind of getting clapped very quickly. Dave's reaction, rotation down there, I'm not sure how to say that name, I'm just going to put that out, it looks like a sneeze, I apologize.
Yeah, I'm not even normally even trying to attempt on that, but we're in the top 25. Let's pay attention to the rotation. As you see, a number of players playing billiards there on the low ground, crew up on the high ground. You have WGS Jag, the player from South Korea, playing over in Europe right now. This is the most ballers I've seen in the lobby in forever.
The most ballers I've seen in the game easily this weekend.
I mean, I don't think we saw this many ballers in Europe when they were at 300 health. Europe has an affinity or like a particular hatred towards ballers rolling around.
We've made comments in the past about how they always seem to be fans of taking shots at players that are in ballers on the move when they have an opportunity to. Maybe a follow through here, the back-to-back, can't quite find it. But
yeah, ¿cuántos bolonchos hay?
A very rare sight for European qualifiers.
I mean, and it kind of compounds on top of themselves because the more players who are in ballers, they aren't going to take shots at each other. And if you're not going to waste shots on baller players, you're not going to eliminate them. So once the explodes start coming out, that's when things get dicey because the RPGs can damage through the ballers, and with the 150 HP, one AR round into them and then followed by an RPG could be a ton of damage. But now Pill is just going to go to work, ignore the ballers on the low ground, running around like they're a game of marbles, and he finds Trophy and he finds Elo Crest right at him.
13 players left. Still in the rotation here, taking a chance. Pop a mini, does have the campfire, may or may not put it down. Not at this point, the storm's too close to his back, so he's gonna have to push forward. Like you said, multiple ballers are still in play, and with players not jumping out and not having pressure applied to them, you're looking at even way less than 11 people. The player count remaining, that's not the number that are actually forced to engage each other right now. The people in ballers are almost being ignored. The heavy snipe from behind, and Madville picks up, and Elin the push inside. He realizes. Look at how many people are around the same box.
And then said everybody goes up to the sky. No Elam coming out there. Ultimate 3 up, 7 down. Tolizito on the ultimate high ground. Wesley and Blackstone on the low ground. ADX also on the mid target. Tolizito looking for shots. Has redeployed and the flint not going to find any. So ultimate high is going to be in his control. 10 players up, but he gets challenged.
One more all the way to the high ground, just barely lost it. The Flintlock flying up above, what a play! Takes the high ground back, has ultimate high, looking down from above. Only 29 builds. Has the redeploy to catch himself if he has to jump off, if he runs out of materials, but we'll see here in a second.
Somebody else just went up.
Yep, you heard it, there it is, the fish flying past. Felizzi don't mind, might take a shot. The Flintlock kind of gets stuck in his own box for a second. This ADX dropping in. Mexi from Loot Boy in the middle of your screen there. Tolizito still has the high ground, drops down to the next tarp. Mexi building out. Trying to stay in the safe zone. This is the most players we've seen in a zone this tight in a long time. The Rift.
That's one. There's one player up in the Rift. So you have one player up in the sky. Tolizito on ultimate high ground. Power, Psyches, and Blackstone down the low. You have Tolizito in your top right. Power in your bottom right. Tolizito looking for it, and he finds Mexi out of the sky, and he gets into Cypher. Now he's dropping down with the redeploy. Looking for Psychic on the campfire, and he finds it. Gets the Siphon, and it's enough to put him over the top for the victory royale. Tolizito, you are mad indeed. The 2 Elams being the swing. 12 points there. Well done, sir.
The transition of the shot from Flintlock midair into an immediate descend, the redeploy to catch himself, and then the swap to the TAC AR and spray through the build while the player was sitting on top of both campfires. 200 IQ.
That was really
gosh.
well played from Tolizito. That's probably some of the best overall Flintlock usage we've seen. We took high ground, I think, twice.
He did.
Going there, and then additionally picked up a sick elim on the player out of the air with that heavy shot, and then dropped down. I mean, just well done.
Literally, you were saying he unchallenged for high ground, immediately got challenged, and then used the Flintlock on a single build out to take it back and force the player to drop. Well played indeed. What a loadout for the late game too. Anyway, 43 players left. Next game, Europe.
42 players left.
42 players remaining. I just shouldn't say it sometimes. Look for 41 players remaining here in a second. Someone trying to pick up another one. That was the first elimination of this player of this game. By the way, quick reminder, 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. If you would like to queue in the European region, now is the time to do it. Those last couple in. This is the last week for solos to qualify to punch that ticket to New York City. Don't forget it.
And after that, there's no more solo spots. 8 more players will be advancing from Europe. We'll have 6 from NA East, 2 from NA West, and 1 coming out of Brazil. And then the solos competition will be completely rounded out these are the final moments. Again, don't forget, we will go a little bit longer than the queue times because the average game of full Fortnite is about 26 minutes long. So need to let everyone finish up, get all of those results tallied in, because every single time, it's going to come down to the last match of the server, those top point lobbies. And right now, Motor is trying to make a case to get into one of those lobbies as he's sitting in this cone looking for a peek. 42 players remaining, so again, everyone playing absurdly safe. Nobody wants to put themselves at risk, and Motor recognized that, trying to pile in on that player as Paquito and Freck get taken down, and we have our top 40 Tohaj being taken down as well, and we're still 14 players away from the first placement threshold.
Getting the first full move circle here in a second. Circle 6 to 7, transition to the northwest. It'll be an interesting one too. A number of players up on top of a hill. You see in the mini-map there, that left side based around the supply crate on the map. Holding the edit here. Motor trying to look out and see if there's anybody that might squeak out. He's looking back immediately behind him. I don't know if he realizes that player up above has an RPG. Oh, he does now. In before. Surprise. There it is. A quick attempt. And the seal off, the close off of the edit there. Quick reset. Well played from whoever that is inside.
Yeah, I just saw a nightmare situation where he had pushed out right after that for the shot and just accidentally stepped in front of the heavy sniper bullet. Now you can see that storm surge turning on right there. Motor more than fine. 502 above. Might regret popping that shadow zone since had a community launchpad placed right next to him. But he's
I don't think he regrets it anymore. Honestly, Sundown, I think he's pretty happy about how that turned out. What a shot on rotation, a quick 180 in the combat to the dome, picks up an elim. Sundown's mouth is literally sitting open. You can't believe what he saw. That was ridiculous.
But one thing that players might not be aware of, he bunny hopped right there to get maximum distance. So what that is spamming your jump button right as you hit the ground to get a little bit of extra horizontal distance, and it carried him past the player. So it's being 180 and one hit with the combat. That's what I talk about when, like, sometimes I feel like these guys are playing a different game than I am.
Oh, yeah.
I know for a fact I can do all of those things.
That's not Fortnite. I don't know what that is, but that's not Fortnite. That's some craziness.
It's nuts. These guys pushing the envelope, but Mongrel, speaking of pushing the envelope, not going to pull a Mitro on the dual partner there, opens the door, gets over onto the side, and is desperately looking for every point he can. Doesn't want any interaction if he can avoid it. Will he find the 2 HP? And he does! Motor gets taken down. 26 players remaining. Mongrel, that could have been your moment in the box. 2 HP. Erosi gets Aki. That's 2 more points going over for him. That could be huge. That could be it. And now Mongrel on the side of the zone, back up to 75 HP. What can he do with it? Will the siphon in the maps be enough? 70 materials on the side of the zone. 24 players left. Less than 5 minutes left in the queue time. If you want to go to New York City, you show up right now. And unfortunately, Mongrel is out. Let's see if he can get another queue as the rest of the match is now running. Provoked up on the high ground. You see Stompy, Martez also hanging out. Martez trying to take the high ground away, but SV Almond is up there as we hit the second placement threshold. Top 15 now.
Stompy picking up another elimination of feed. Provoked at 3 eliminations from Fnatic here. Stompy picking up actually another one. Stompy absolutely owning the feed. Provoked trying to box up, stay alive, very edge of the zone. Takes a chance, an opportunity to pop that slurp and get a little bit of a tick. Moves forward, trying to top off the HP. Players fighting underneath him, looking for a chance to establish a base of operations on the move here. And it's going to be difficult. Does get the mini off though. Looking for players from behind. Very common tactic here. You get into a safe area where even if it might be 3-4 meters, catches someone in the face with that combat shotgun. You look for any chance for a quick whip back, anybody moving in from the outside of the storm, because they're the ones that they're forced to move in. You can't sit out there. And so even if you have 3, 4, 5 feet ahead of them, you can look back and get a shot off and pick up an elimination. 40 seconds left on that European queue. Get in those games if you're going to try and get the last ones in. Quick edit, a peek through. Cubex gets tapped one time, very low. Now you have to remember there's a 60-second window after that damage, where if storm damage maybe claims that player gets an elimination, it's going to count for Provoke. Dropping in here, 8 players left. Quick swap, shot, back to back, and MQ goes down. Look for another, players underneath on rotation. Quick edit down to push in, finds another on the outside. One more, looks for another, gets it, Stompy, gets another. 3 eliminations, the triple in the feed, and there's 3 players left. Provoke on the ultimate low ground right now. 1 mini pop, moves all the way to the edge, pops. First campfire.
He's getting pressure from both sides now, and this is the top three. Can't find the shot. It's Aim Kubex who gets it. That's 52 points, 4 provoked. And again, each one of these E-links, each one of them matters more when you're in these high points lobby. Martas on the high ground, Kubex on the low ground, 39 to 49 points. Martas wants to close this out. 27 builds to the 0 of Kubex, and that's going to be it. Martas closes that one out. 43 points so far. Queue times are closed. The last matches will be coming in, but for now, we're going to throw it back on over to Courage, who's in the studio.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, that is it for the queues out in Europe. You see how dramatic it can be in these final moments. We still have more games to bring you. We want to make sure you get caught up to speed on those exact last matches, but I know, Zeke, we've had some things we're taking a look at that you want to show everyone.
Yeah, man, let's do this. We've got some cool clips as we make our way into the station. Just some really fun clips that I wanted to take a moment to talk about. Wolfsies, of course. Just had a dope flick shot. Look at that. Over on Violin, and just absolutely incredible. This is the level of skill. And I just want to highlight his rifling skills and just the way he approaches this fight. He knows the players down below, no builds, and you can just see he's using that brick floor, just ducking behind, making sure it's absorbing as much damage as possible. Airwalks. This is someone for me that I truly believe and I want to see go to the World Cup Finals, especially with the last opportunity. Him and his duo partner Nikov have already qualified in duos, right? Even though his other teammates, Kinsar and Hunter, have also qualified. The difference is that Kinsar right now is the only member from Florida that's qualified for the solo format, and Airwatch is looking to do the same. We're going to watch this incredible spree. Just look at the way he's navigating all this density, right? His game sense and his awareness is on point. He's going to pick up 8 eliminations total in this run. Now, unfortunately, he does not end up getting the Victory Royale, but just look at this. He's unbelievable. Once he gets going, it's very difficult for him, for anyone to stop him. Now, we're going to see his untimely demise here. He is going to go and try and challenge a player. He's going to pick them off, and he does get traded back out. Now, keep in mind, though, he did make top 5, so he still got the points from that. Now, Tolecito, we saw this incredible play. I thought this was incredible because he used the flintlock to shut down Mexi up on the high ground. And then just look at the HP from everyone else. He has HP advantage. He's so confident. He's just going to dive down and try and go for the challenge. Even if the player had traded out, he would have been in a pretty good state either way. So it was a pretty good game for these players. I mean, it's finals day. You know everyone's showing up big, making plays.
Insane right there to have the confidence to drop on down. Redeploy, but guys, I'm not going to hold this up. We've got our final games from the European region. Who will make it to the Fortnite World Cup Finals? Let's find out.
Thank you so much, Courage. Also, just want to give a shout out real quick to the guy running the AR wall. Whoever picked the screen that was right there, the way the 2 lines lined up with the black floor. It looked, I was sitting here and I'm like, all right, that's a cool shot. So, you know, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We give a bunch of love.
tiempo que me he olvidado del directo, tío. Me he olvidado del directo, macho. Me he olvidado del directo completamente. Soy más tonto, pero tan tonto. Lo siento, tío, lo siento.
The second place possession. Kinzo gets taken down there, and Light continues to rain shots down onto these ballers, saying, hey, you gotta play Fortnite with the rest of us. Burn your mask, get out of there. Top 15 is on the board. John22 on Twitch picks up Calzo. Uno OG goes down, and Light continues to check his top, make sure he's safe, and then rain shots down. Dalo gets taken out as we get closer and closer to the top 10.
12 players remaining. Light still holding high ground. Skydive right underneath. And I believe I saw for a moment Benji Fishy was in this game.
Chavales, lo siento mucho por irme, pero tengo que hacer cosas, ¿vale? Hasta mañana. Adiós.